What's up guys, so I did a lot of video about the Sternberg triangle, connecting it with life aspect, or Robert Greene archetypes, or I done a lot of video, but now I actually try to do with the types, the type match. I do think now there's a math to it, and I know that David does a theory about that. OPS thinks opposite attracts on that. I mean there's a lot of factor outside of types, a lot of that, but I think that there's still a math to it, and I connect it with the Sternberg triangle, and I do think that fits, and it's like types that will encounter in our life that will show us an aspect of the triangle even more. So I mean, you guys know I connect the Sternberg triangle with Enneagram and even Freud, like ego, id, superego. So yeah, let's dive into it. A triangle risks to be complicated. I will try to I guess I might do a lines to just clear that stuff, but yeah, it's a triangle, the social, superego, ego, self-pres, id, sexual, and after connecting with the instincts. So and the type match is actually that I connect a type to a particular place, depending on types, but yeah. So the triangle, this one, sexual, id, sexual id, with that is social, super go, and this one is the self ego. In the middle it will be the type, and after it will highlight all the dynamics. So for a particular type, will take me for example, and after you will try to do the math with yours. So yeah. So I don't think that there's three main types that are very good for a relationship, but they will be different, and I illustrate them within the triangle. And I do think that there are some that are also optimal times of life, but the one inside the triangle are more intense for a side, but they are more optimal that they can actually travel to other sides, stuff like that, and they will have particular dynamics. And feel free to connect those kind of plays to the archetypes of the Robert Greene that I did in my video. I will not do that, and I actually don't have them in mind, and it will be a lot of stuff, but connecting with that, we can kind of see the representation and archetype they can play for a particular type. So yeah, for the INFP, it's an INFJ there, so the triangle. The one inside the triangle are, like I said, optimal. For the social is actually INTJ. And for the self-pres is actually the same quadrant, but opposition. And it's the TJ. So those are actually the most optimal relationship with the ENFP. And this one is it's the opposition. That's what attracts. It's a lot about attraction to the center. It's passion actually. Well, this one is intimacy, and this one is commitment. So yeah, ESTJ is the same quadrant, but it's the opposite skills. So that's why for self-pres is very, and commitment is really good, because they have different skills, and they understand each other, because they have the same axis. But they understand each other too well, and they are too an opposite. So it has to have sort of kind of attraction, and social to really be anchored and be a good relationship. But the one in the middle, in my sense, in the triangle, are the one that it's more easy to go to the other sides of the triangle. But it still depends on the person, economical level, conscious level, time in life, and even attractions, age, similar worldview, value, and all that. Even if it depends, because I do think that this one is more the worldview. So you can say similar worldview, kind of attraction, physicality that is attractive, and you can say like a similar path, economical level, and all that. So they each have their different side, we can say, to that. So yeah. And after it will be, like in my video that I represent, friends, career, and all that. So I do think this sphere is more friends. So for the ENFP, it's actually ENTP and ISFP. This one is kind of attraction and social too. And attraction, social, it's usually the short term of the triangle. It's not a relationship that is long term. So for the ENFP, is actually SFP and is it ENFJ or? Yeah, I think it's ENFJ. So it's ENFJ and ESFP. On the top of the social, that is a lot about depending on the worldview actually. For the ENFP, it's actually and a lot of body factors, like the in between friends, and also kind of short-term sexual or friendship. So it's kind of between those two. And for the ENFP, it's ESTP and ENTJ. And they all have a direction, After doing all the triangle, I will do the let's say the direction, because it gets even more complicated because it depends also on sex, in my sense, that ENFP female will be different in terms of attraction, self-pres and social, and an ENFP male. So I will illustrate that after. But yeah. So for the self-pres, I think this is SFG and INFP. So those ones are still a lot about the self-preservation, like the ESTJ, you can see, but they're less optimal. They're less optimal, and they're more towards a particular direction. While the ESTJ can go well there, where the ESFJ go well there, and the INFP go well there, but I struggle going to the other side. It's more like kind of fashion that I go about it. So yeah, and I guess I can do that other direction now. NTP go there, SFP go there, ENTJ go there, I think. Yeah, so it's actually the ENTJ go there, ESTP go there. Yeah, so sorry, it might be confusing with all the direction, but yeah, ENTJ go to the sexual. ESFP, I think ESFP goes to the sexual in my math. I'm not so sure. I might be wrong there. And ENFJ to the social. Okay, now, yeah, it's ISTJ and INTP. INTP go there, more self-preservation. Sometimes more with career. ISTJ is more with the sexual. But the social might differ a lot, actually, because it's there. So you can see that as a blind spot depending on the triangle. That's a little more about it, actually, that I want to illustrate. Each have their places, have a blind spot, but there's optimality, like this one, and they each have a direction, which show the potential trouble, and when they are in your triangle. So it's possible, actually, that you have a lot of the similar worldview, similar intimacy on that, and it goes super well there, and this person is a ISTJ, so it fulfills very well sexual, self-pres, and in your life this person for some reason has a lot of social aspect that aligns, or superego or something like that, so it will be very good to have this person. So it's a little bit more nuanced and contextual, my triangle. People try to really be very verdict about it, but I've discovered that it's actually not the case. My triangle explains that very well, but there's still optimality. Okay. But yeah, and this one there, I think is ISTP and SFG for the sexual, and ISTP go there, and ISTP goes to the social. Okay, I finish. Now, women, ENFP will be more about searching for their self-praise. So the types that are more in direction of the self-praise, the ENFP female will be more attracted to it or search for it. It's more like searching for it, more a longing for it, while the male is more the social aspect. And the sexual is not really something. Just it's both an attraction between both sex, you can say. But yeah, so you can see profile. SP. So going to the direction, searching for SP. It's the social, searching for social. So if you do the math, woman ENFP will be more attracted to SFP, ISTP, INTP, ISFP, a little bit more attraction to SFJ and I'm female. I can say, I mean, woman I will say like that, and ESTP. And yeah, pretty much it. And those one are pretty much equal with both sexes. But a little bit more ENFJ men, ENFP will be more attracted to ENFJ woman. And so yeah, for men it will be more SFJ, ENFJ. I would say ENTJ actually. And yeah, ISTJ. And more to the INTJ. More to INTJ. While women will be more attracted to ESTJ. Yeah, I hope it's not confusing. And the sexual is more optimal for both, you know. And that's why in my sense still INFJ the most optimal for ENFP, because in both sex is the best. It is optimal within the triangle. It's more easily can branch to social and self-praise, and it's more confronting the animal and the animus for men and women. That kind of sexual place. It's more the insecurities. So it's actually more growth. It's more for growth, and more encapsulating the triangle. Even if sexual at first can be very destructive, more like a young aspect like. I think with time it's actually the best one. It's more, let's say that the most immature and the most mature will gravitate towards that kind of space, which is pretty ironic, but I think that's the case, and it's pretty interesting. But yeah, that's my opinion for now. I did a lot of math actually, and revised with a lot of theories after, and the math made sense for every time that I kind of, okay, it seems to make sense for that type, and now I figure out the math. So try to replace with your type and do your triangle based on my triangle. Maybe you will not do it right, but I think it will probably be close. So thanks for watching, guys. Have a nice day.